They called him the Navigator. He rarely went to sea. Born in 1394, the third son of Portugal's king, Infante Enrique, was a patron, not a captain. In 1415, he joined the conquest of Ceuta, and there he glimpsed the desert gold routes. If Portugal could reach that gold by sea, it could bypass the caravans. I will not steer the ships. I will fund them, year after year, until my captains sail past the edge that other men fear. A small kingdom on Europe's edge. How did it conquer the oceans? From the 1420s, Prince Henry funded voyages south along the African coast. No single miracle, just steady, patient innovation in ships, navigation, and knowledge. Every voyage I send returns with charts, with currents, with knowledge. Each ship sails a little farther than the last. Did Africa have an end? In 1487, one navigator set out to find it. Portugal craved a sea route to Asia's spices, controlled by distant merchants. For decades, its ships crept down Africa's west coast, into the unknown. Then near the southern tip, violent storms struck. For 13 days, the wind drove Diaz far out to sea, the coastline lost entirely. 1492, one man bets his life that Asia lies just west. Europe craved Asian spices and gold, but overland routes were costly and perilous. After years of rejection, Spain's monarchs finally funded Columbus. On August 3rd, 3 ships left Palos, the Niña, the Pinta, the Santa Maria. Weeks pass and no land appears. My men grow fearful, so I keep 2 logbooks, one true, one shortened, to calm their hearts. In 1492, 2 worlds that never met began trading life itself. When Columbus reached the Americas, plants, animals, diseases, and ideas crossed the ocean in both directions. Historians call it the Columbian Exchange. It reshaped both hemispheres forever. From the Americas came potatoes, corn, tomatoes, and chocolate. The potato alone fed Europe's booming millions. Eastward flowed wheat, coffee, sugarcane, and horses that transformed the Great Plains. In 1494, 2 kingdoms sat down to divide the entire world. Columbus had returned in 1492, claiming a western route to riches. Spain and Portugal both wanted them. The Pope drew a line favoring Spain, just 100 leagues west of Cape Verde. Portugal was outraged. That line robs my crown. Move it westward, or there is no peace upon these seas. One sea route would shatter Venice's monopoly and remake the world's trade. July 1497. Vasco da Gama sails from Lisbon with 4 ships and 170 men. He swings far west into the open Atlantic, then rounds the Cape of Good Hope. My crew begs to turn back. Disease takes them, supplies fail us, but India lies ahead and I will not yield. Two whole continents bear his name, yet he never knew it. Born in Florence in 1454, Amerigo Vespucci traded silk and spices for the Medici. But the Atlantic called him west, into the unknown. These coasts, these strange peoples, these unknown plants, none of it matches the Asia of Marco Polo. This is no part of the Indies. This is a new world. A bankrupt pig farmer hides in a barrel to escape his debts. That stowaway was Vasco Núñez de Balboa. By 1511, he ruled Darien, the first lasting Spanish settlement on the American mainland. His method was unusual. Befriend the indigenous leaders, learn the land through diplomacy as much as force. Then the locals spoke of a great water beyond the mountains. In September 1513, Balboa crossed the jungle isthmus with soldiers and 1,000 guides. Five ships set sail, Only one would return. Ferdinand Magellan, a Portuguese navigator spurned by his own king, won Spain's backing in 1519 to find a western route to the Spice Islands. 5 ships, 270 men, departing into the unknown. They call this passage impossible. I call it the Strait of All Saints. Beyond it, a calm sea opens, and I weep for joy. "600 men, 16 horses, and an empire of millions to topple." February 1519, Hernán Cortés lands on the Mexican coast, chasing gold and glory. Inland waits Tenochtitlan, a city on a lake, home to 200,000 souls, ruled by Emperor Moctezuma II. But the empire was cracked from within. Conquered peoples loathed the tribute and the sacrifices. To them, the strangers looked like allies. An illiterate pig herder toppled an empire of 12 million. Born in rural Spain around 1478, Francisco Pizarro never learned to read. By the 1520s, rumors of a golden empire to the south pulled him toward South America. There he found Tawantinsuyu, the Inca realm, stretching 2,500 miles, its capital Cusco, a marvel of fitted stone. But the empire was already wounded. A civil war had split 2 brothers, and smallpox had killed vast numbers before any Spaniard arrived. On November 16, 1532, Pizarro ambushed the Emperor Atahualpa at Cajamarca with fewer than 200 men, slaughtering thousands and seizing the divine king. He sought a passage to Asia. He found a river into a continent, Saint Malo, 1534. King Francis I sends mariner Jacques Cartier west, driven by God, gold, and glory. After a swift 20-day crossing, he reaches the cold coast of Newfoundland. At Gaspé, I raised a cross 30 feet high, bearing my king's arms, and claimed this land for France. One gamble in 1492 built the largest empire the world had ever seen. Conquistadors followed. In 1519, Hernán Cortés landed in Mexico with 600 men and toppled the Aztec empire of millions. We came for gold, for glory, and for God. Cities of stone rose from the lake, and we took them. One small English ship set out to rob the richest empire on earth. In 1577, the Pelican left Plymouth on a secret mission from Queen Elizabeth, raid Spanish treasure ships across the Pacific. Renamed the Golden Hind mid-voyage, the small galleon carried 18 cannons and a crew of daring men into waters Spain claimed as their own. Spain calls this ocean their private lake. I came to prove otherwise, for England, for my queen, and for the gold in their holds. In 1602, a company was born with the power to wage war. Dutch merchants once fought each other for Asia's spices, bleeding profits. The solution? Unite into one giant enterprise, the VOC. The first truly modern corporation, granted the right to mint coins, sign treaties, and build colonies. Capitalism backed by cannons. We sail past the middlemen, straight to the Spice Islands. Nutmeg, cloves, pepper. Worth their weight in gold. We do not visit these shores. We stay. One explorer vanished into the ice and history never found him again. By 1607, English navigator Henry Hudson chased a northern passage to Asia. Sailing past Norway, he reached Svalbard, just 600 miles from the North Pole, further north than any European before him. The ice blocks every path north. But somewhere through this cold lies the road to the riches of the East. I will not turn back from it. One man dreamed of a French empire built on partnership, not conquest. Samuel de Champlain crossed the Atlantic in 1603. He found rivers, furs, and indigenous nations with vast trading networks. In 1608, he founded Quebec City on the St. Lawrence, the heart of New France. I chose these cliffs for their command of the river. Here we will not seize the land. We will trade and we will endure.